I would request all of you to join this session with your laptops if you haven't, and make sure that you have access to your Facebook Business Manager account, because as I mentioned, this is an enablement session. So just make sure that you have access to your Facebook Business Manager account. You have access to your Shopify admin, Interact account, and Razorpay or PayU account. Why am I saying Razorpay and PayU is because this feature, as in COD to prepaid, can only be activated if you have WhatsApp Pay connected on Interact. All right, so this is just one condition, and to be able to enable WhatsApp Pay, you have to have Razorpay or PayU as the payment gateway options available with you, right? So currently our team is working on more options, but for now we just have these two, Razorpay and PayU options, right? And I've covered WhatsApp Pay in my previous webinars as well, but I'll just give you a small walkthrough because it is quite important for COD to prepaid enablement, right? So before we start, I would also request all of you to post your question and answers in the section which is given just below, which says question and answers. Just make sure to post relevant questions, and I will take up all the questions at the end of my presentation, right? So and for the new clients, I just give you a small brief introduction about Interact. Uh, so Interact is a geo haptic product, right? Interact was founded in 2020. Reliance Geo is our strategic investment partner, and since the inception, we have processed more than 15 billion conversations. Uh, just give me a second. Yeah. Now, what is a full stack conversational CRM platform? A full stack conversational CRM platform should help you recover your abandoned transactions. So this is absolutely possible with Interact. You can go for a native integration options like Shopify, like WooCommerce, Google Sheets, Zoho CRM, and many more. If you do not have your CRM software listed, then you can also connect through the Paplay or Zapier or Integromat, which are the connector platforms. Or else, obviously, you can go for our APIs. You can consume our APIs and you can send automated campaigns to your customers for abandoned cards or for any order related messages, right? A full stack CRM platform should also help you with personalized offers, sending marketing messages to your customers, sending follow up reminders, reactivating your non transacting users, because this absolutely becomes very important because you would want to have that engagement level maintained with your users, right? A full stack conversational CRM platform should also help you in improving the lifetime value of your product, and it should also help you with the returns. I mean, obviously, you would be spending a lot of amount in the subscription charges plus the conversation charges, right? Now it becomes the responsibility of the business service provider to give you a platform so that to give you the returns basically, right? So you can achieve uh, by sending marketing campaigns to your customers, by converting your prospects to the leads, and by converting your leads and prospects to the final customer, or you can run click to WhatsApp ads on Facebook. So there are multiple ways you can communicate with your customers, and in return, it becomes our responsibility to help you with the features so that you can get the returns on the investments that you have made, right? So this is what Interact does. Now, as I mentioned, Interact was founded back in 2020. Since then, I mean, in 1 year, we had more than 1,000 customers. We were rated number one application on Shopify in 2022. By 2023, we have acquired more than 25,000 customers, and now we have partnered with more than 300 partners across 5 countries. Right? I'm proud to say that we are also premium partners with Meta, and we were acknowledged for our efforts for promoting Click to WhatsApp as a product, which is a Meta product. Basically, it's another ad format, and I've covered multiple sessions previously on Click to WhatsApp ads. So if you want to check the videos, you can go to our YouTube channel and you'll find the videos over there. And so we were acknowledged for the efforts that we made back in 2023 for promoting this particular ad format. Uh, so, as I mentioned, we have processed more than 15 billion conversations. We are rated 4.4 on Shopify and 4.5 on G2. So G2 is a trusted platform where you find all product reviews actually, right? We are proud to say that few of our customers are from Shark Tank India, right? And we would like to boast this actually. uh, Now coming on to the strategies. So for a product, there are three broad strategies, right? First is marketing. All right. So to be able to, let's say, if you have a new product, or if you're working on a product, so it becomes your responsibility to educate your customers or to inform your customers about a product, right? If you are a running business, let's say if you're adding offers, or if you are adding a product to your current lineup, so it becomes your responsibility to market your product. So this is one of the important strategies, right? Second is sales. So once you have sold the product to your customers, it becomes your responsibility, and it becomes uh, quite important to scale your product, right? It becomes important to cross sell and upsell your product, right? And final strategy is answer strategy, which is providing timely support. Now this is where the competition lies actually, right? So it becomes very important for you to retain your customers as well, and that retention could happen based on the solid support system, right? So, in today's session, we will cover the sales strategy, right? So, we have introduced this new feature, which is COD to prepaid campaigns for our Shopify customers only, right? And as I had mentioned before, we start with this enablement process, it is one of the steps involves WhatsApp Pay integration as well, right? So I've covered WhatsApp in my previous sessions, but I will just give you a quick walkthrough of how you can set this up, right? So I'll just play this small video and I'll explain the steps to you as well simultaneously.
With WhatsApp Pay,
So with WhatsApp Pay, you can minimize the friction at the payment stage, and you can increase the checkout conversation rates, right? Becomes easy for you to get to collect payment from your customers with the help of WhatsApp Pay. So it is not important for your customers, and it is not compulsory for your customers to have UPI connected with your WhatsApp. All right. So with WhatsApp Pay, your customers can pay through the other UPI applications, which is Paytm or Google Pay or Phone Pay, right? So they can also go for traditional methods, which is net banking, debit cards, or credit cards, right? So this is absolutely possible with WhatsApp Pay. Now that depends whatever option you have enabled on your Razorpay or PayU account, right? Now there's this one small condition actually, right? So WhatsApp Pay messages can only be sent from +91 WhatsApp API numbers and can only be received by +91 mobile numbers. That means this feature is only applicable for the customers in India and for the businesses who have +91 as their API numbers in India. So it is not available for the overseas customers. Now to be able to set this up, right? Please everyone just make sure to follow the steps, and if you have your laptops ready, if you have your Facebook business manager account and everything ready with you, you can just do it with me. You can set this up along with me, right? So in order to set up WhatsApp Pay, you have to go to your Interact account. On Interact, you'll find an option which says integrations on the left. Once you go to the integrations, you'll find the first option which says WhatsApp Pay, right? So over here, just click on connect now. So to be able to configure this WhatsApp Pay, it has to be done on Facebook Business Manager, right? So for this thing, you have to open up your Facebook Business Manager account, which is connected with Interact. All right. So on Facebook Business Manager, you will select the relevant account that you have. We'll just quickly show you, right? So you'll have to open up your Facebook Business Manager account. You'll go to the relevant account which you have connected with Interact. You'll go to the business settings option after this and go to WhatsApp accounts. You will select the relevant account again and then go to the settings option and scroll down and go to WhatsApp Manager. Now there are two ways to achieve this step. I mean, either you can just click on, you can just follow the process which I'm telling you right now, or what you can do is you can just go to the notification section on Interact. In the notification section on Interact, where you find your wallet balance, just above the wallet balance, there's an option which says check limit. All right. So once you click on check limit, it will Interact will take you directly to your Facebook Business Manager account, which is connected, and you will land up on WhatsApp Manager page over here, right? So once you come up here, come on this page basically, so you have to select on the left hand side, you'll find an option which says payment configuration. In the payment configuration, you will select India, right? So once you select India, over here, you need to select new configurations. right? Another window pops up. You'll click on get started. Once you click on get started, you have to select the options. As I mentioned, we have Razorpay and PayU options available as of now. All right, the team is working on more payment gateway options, but currently we have Razorpay and PayU. So once you will select, so we'll select Razorpay in this case. We'll click on next, right? So here we'll have to give the payment configuration name, right? We'll have to give the merchant category code and the purpose code. So we'll give the payment configuration name as Razorpay Interact. We'll select the merchant category code, and then we'll select the purpose code. Now click on next. Now Facebook will ask you to confirm your password. I'll repeat again. You'll go to WhatsApp manager account. On the left hand side, you'll find payment configurations. You'll click on India, all right, and then you will just follow the steps and select the relevant payment gateway account that you want to connect. And then you will confirm your password over here. Facebook will ask you to confirm your password. Once you click on confirm your password, right, you'll find an option on the right hand side. So basically you have connected so you've created a payment configuration which is Razorpay Interact. Now you'll have to connect this. Now you'll have to activate and connect this over Interact, right? So in order to activate this, you have to click on the option on the right hand side, as we have also marked this section in the video as well, right? So you have to click on this option. Here it will ask you, you'll get two options. Either you can connect now, or you can ask someone else. If you don't have the access to your Razorpay or PayU account, you can ask someone else to just authorize the request, right? So let's say we'll just click on connect now, because we had the access. We have the access basically. So we'll click on next. Now once we'll click on next, it will redirect us to the Razorpay account. So we'll have to log into the Razorpay account, and we will just have to authorize the request. That's it. Nice. Once we'll authorize, it will take us back to Facebook Business Manager account, where we have to click on the settings option on the top right. So once we click on the settings option, all right, there's this button which says test. Once you click on test, and once this test is successful, that means the configuration has been done, right? So over here, it says configuration test successful. That means the configuration is done. Now you just have to copy the payment configuration name, which is Razorpay Interact that we have added, right? So we'll copy the name Razorpay Interact. We'll come back to Interact over here in the WhatsApp Pay section. We'll paste the payment configuration name over here, right? We'll select the relevant payment gateway page, right? And then we'll select the type of goods over here, right? So once we have selected the type of goods, now here the last step is to enable the configuration or the communication message that you would want to send to your customers once they have paid for the order, right? So this is a generic message that goes to your customers. Your payment of amount, so in place of amount, we'll add the amount has been received, and we will start processing your order. So you have two options basically. You can go for this generic configuration message, or you can set up another configuration message, which I will cover later on in the session, right? So this is how you basically connect your WhatsApp Pay with Interact, right? So it's pretty simple. Now after this, you will just click on submit, and once we will click on submit, it will reflect that the WhatsApp Pay has been connected with Interact account, right? So these are the steps involved for you to connect your WhatsApp Pay with Interact, right? Now we will discuss about, or we will enable COD to prepaid, which is what this webinar is all about, right? I will quickly share my Interact account, test account basically. So we have already connected WhatsApp Pay over here, all right? So from here you can basically configure the configuration name, and you can select the payment gateway, types of good, and you can change the message if you want. All right, you can set up another message, which I'll just cover later on in the session. But once this WhatsApp is connected, now we will set up COD to prepaid option. So on Interact, you'll have to go to commerce, right? Once you go to commerce, you'll find an option which says COD to prepaid on the left hand side. Once you click on COD to prepaid, so WhatsApp Pay was actually the second option, all right? But the first option here is that you will have to install a custom application on Shopify, right? And from there, you have to copy the admin API access token. All right, so I'll just quickly show you. Also, we have mentioned the steps over here, all right, in the notes section. So you don't have to worry about anything. So we have covered all the steps over here. But I will tell you how you can set up custom app on Shopify. So we have this test Shopify account. So what you need to do is you'll go to the settings option in the bottom left. You'll click on apps and sales channel, right? Once you click on apps and sales channel, just click on develop apps and create an application. Here I will give the name as COD2 prepaid interact. I'll select the relevant user and I will click on create application. Right, so in the configuration section, once we have created the application, we'll go to configuration section. Over here you will click on admin API integration. All right, so over here we'll search for orders. Right, so this is something that we have mentioned over here as well in the notes section, that you have to enable write order edits, and you have to order read order edits, and you have to enable the scopes which says write orders and read orders. All right, so over here we have write order edits and read order edits, and write order and read orders. Right, so once this is done, you have to click on save. Once you click on save, once you have added the scopes, you click on install the application. All right, to click on install, now the step is very easy. Right, you get admin API access token. Right, so you'll copy this token. Right, you come back to interact over here. From in theory to prepaid, first step, you'll paste the access token over here and click on save. Right, so once you have, so this is the first step. You have to create a custom application on Shopify. You have to copy the API access token from Shopify and paste the API access token over here. Right, so once, so you can create as many test applications on Shopify. Right, so you can do that. So once you click on save, you'll go to the next step. In the next step, it says that you have to connect your WhatsApp Pay, which is something that we have already done. Right, now coming on to the next point, it says specify the discount that you want to offer to your customers for prepaying. Now now this totally depends on you, but uh, in order to tempt your customers, or in order to persuade your customers so that they can just prepay for the orders, right, for the COD orders, you can offer certain discount to your customers. Right, so you can give an absolute discount in numbers, or you can just give the discount in percentage wise as well. Let's say I would want to give 10% discount on the overall cart value if the customer prepays for the COD orders that they have placed. Right, and I also have two options over here. Either I can apply this discount to all the orders, or I can set a minimum cart value. Now let's suppose I set a minimum cart value as 1,000. All right, now what happens is, uh, once I will place a COD order with a value above 1,000, obviously I'll get a prepayment nudge where it will give me 10% discount if I pay for the order. Now, if the total cart value is less than 1,000, I won't get a prepayment nudge. All right, so this discount won't be applicable. Plus, your customers won't be able to prepay for the order. Just keep that in mind. All right, so if you set a minimum cart value, your customers won't be able to pay for the order. They won't get a prepaid nudge for their COD orders if the minimum cart value is not satisfied. Right, so if the total cart value is above 1,000, then your customers will get a prepayment nudge with the discount, which is 10%, and then they get an option to pay for their order beforehand. Right, so I'll go for all orders because I want to give 10% discount to all my customers. So I'll select 10% and all orders over here. Coming on to the next point. Now, next 2 points are very important. Right, so I would request all of you to listen very carefully, and if you want to take down some notes, you can do that. And please do not worry, we are actually recording this session, so you can find this video on our YouTube channel. And also we have created a document as well. We have in our resource center resource, we have created a resource article. We'll share that article with you as well. Right, so please do not worry, but listen to this very carefully because you need to understand this. Right, and these were the intricacies that I was just talking about. Right, so this point says that you have to specify the expiry period of the prepayment option. Now, let's suppose I am a customer, right? I place a COD order. I get this prepayment nudge that if I pay for the order, I'll get 10% discount. Somehow, I'm not convinced, right? I don't pay for the order first day, I don't pay for the order second day or third day, I pay for the order. Now on fourth day I change my mind, I say, like, if I could save 10%, why can't I just pay for the order, right? So I'll just, what I'll do is on the fourth day, I'll change my mind and I agree to this and I pay for the order. I pay for the COD order that I have placed 4 days back, right? Now you as a business, you realize that your order, let's say, if once you receive the order from your customers, your order gets shipped after 3 days, right, or within 3 days. But me as a customer, I paid for that particular order after 3 days, on the fourth day, right? But if I'll pay for the order, my order has already been shipped by the shipping provider, right? Now here lies the miscommunication and the problem between your Shopify store and your shipping provider. All right, because as per your Shopify store, that COD order has been converted to prepaid because your customer has paid for the order. But as per your shipping provider, the order has already been dispatched a day before. Now they won't agree to this change of payment method, right? I hope you're understanding, right? So to avoid this situation, right, to prevent these situations where the customer prepays for the order after your order has been shipped by your shipping provider, you can set an expiry period, right, for the prepayment option. Let's suppose you're a business and you know that if you receive a COD order or a prepaid order, whatever, but we are specifically talking about COD order. If you receive an order, it gets dispatched or it gets shipped after 3 days, then you can set an expiry period of 2 days over here. So if your customer is trying to make the payment on the third day, right, that particular link will not work. That button will be grayed out. They won't be able to pay for the order since you've added the expiry date over here. So I'll repeat again. Let's suppose you're a business and I mean, you'll have a fair understanding, right? So if you receive the order, let's say if your order gets shipped after 5 days or 6 days or 3 days or 2 days or within the same day, just make sure to set an expiry period within that time. All right. So if it's for 5 days, if your order gets shipped after 5 days, then make sure that the expiry period is 4 days. If your order gets shipped within 2 days, then make sure the expiry period, you add an expiry day of a day over here, right? So this step is quite important, right? And once you have set an expiry period for your order, again coming on to the next point, now this is also very important. So we are giving you three options, right? So let's say if you are manually updating your orders into your shipping provider system, all right, so you can go for the first option or the third option. Now first option says that we will not cancel or we will not change the existing order, we will just add a small tag which says converted to prepaid. Now this happens, you can use this option if you are manually updating your orders to your shipping provider system. All right. So it says that we will not change or cancel the existing order. We do not create a new order. We will just add a small tag which is converted to prepaid in your Shopify account against that particular order. All right. So I'll show you later on, right, how this works. Now you can also use the third option if you are manually updating your orders into your shipping provider system. You can also use this third option. So third option says that we will update the existing order as paid in Shopify. We will mark the existing order as Shopify. So in the first point, in the first option, we are not touching the order, we're not changing the status of the order, we're not marking it as a cancel, we're not canceling the order, we're not creating a new order, we are just adding a tag over here. As well as in the third point, and whereas in the third point, what we're doing is we are just updating the existing order and we are marking it as a paid order, plus we are adding a tag converted to prepaid. So if you are manually updating your orders to your shipping provider system, you can use the first and the third option from here. All right. Now coming on to the second option. So the second option says if you are if your orders are automatically being updated at your shipping provider system, all right, plus if your shipping provider isn't allowing you to make any updates on the order payment method, right, so then you can use the second option. All right, so I'll repeat again. If your order is automatically being updated at the shipping provider system, plus your shipping provider is not allowing you to change the order's payment method, then you can use this option. So in this case, what we are going to do is we will cancel the current order, we will cancel the existing COD order, we will create a new order instead. All right. So for the cancelled order, we'll add a tag which says converted to prepaid, and for the new order created we will add a tag COD to prepaid. Again, I'll show you these steps on Shopify platform, so you don't have to worry about this. I'll show you how a tag gets added at the Shopify level, right? I'll repeat again. So if your order is automatically being updated at your shipping provider system, plus if your shipping provider is not allowing you to make any changes to the payment method, you can go for this option where we will cancel the current order, we will add a tag converted to prepaid, and we will create a new order and we'll add a new tag COD to prepaid, right? Now let's say if your shipping provider, if your order is automatically getting updated at your shipping provider's end, and also your shipping provider allows you to change the payment method, then you can also use the third option. So the only difference between second and the third option is, like, in the second option, if your shipping provider is not allowing you to make any updates on the payment method, then you can use the second option. And in the third option, your shipping provider is allowing you to make the changes. In the second option, if your shipping provider is not allowing you to make any updates on the payment method, and in the third option, if the shipping provider is allowing you to make the changes to the current order, then this option can be used, right? So we basically suggest second option because it will remove all the confusions, and it will remove any miscommunication between your Shopify and your shipping provider's system, right? There's one more thing to remember with the second step. So basically, uh, let's say if you're canceling the order, obviously your customers will get a notification from Shopify through emails or through SMSs, right? And also we are creating a new order, and similarly for this new order also your customers will be notified from Shopify, uh, from with I mean in form of the emails or the SMSs. Now we make sure and we will ensure that this communication does not happen in this particular case, right? So if your customer has placed a COD order and has prepaid for the order, right? If you've selected this option, obviously the order gets cancelled and a new order gets created. So your customers won't be notified of this. They won't get any notifications on their emails or on their phone numbers through Shopify. We have ensured that, right? Now, let's say if you're using any third party automation application, whereas in you're sending SMSs and emails to your customers, you have to make sure that uh, those notifications do not go. You have to make sure that you pause such notifications if you have activated those using the third party application. I'll repeat again. We are ensuring you that we won't be sending any order confirmation or cancellation messages to your customers through Shopify, and you have to make sure that if you're using a third party application, you should pause these notifications right away, because otherwise it will create a confusion, right? So I'll give you a small walkthrough again. So you can offer discount to your customers, obviously, so that, I mean, in order to persuade them to pay for the order beforehand, you can set an expiry period to avoid any confusion or avoid any situation where your customers pay for the order after your order is shipped. You can set an expiry day over here, and in the next step you can choose any of the options. So if you're manually updating the order, you can use the first and the third option. The only difference is in the first option we are just adding a tag, in the third option we are converting the current order to the paid order, right? And we are also adding a tag. Or you can use the second option where if your shipping provider is not allowing you to update the payment method, and the order is also getting automatically updated at the shipping provider system, you can use the second option where we will cancel the current order and we'll create a new order. You can use the third option again if your orders are automatically syncing with your shipping provider system, and if your shipping provider is allowing you to make the changes in the payment method, then you can use the third option as well. But ideally we would suggest that you go for the second option, right? Now, I hope this is clear, but if it is not clear, you can get back to us anytime. Don't worry. So we have a dedicated support team and a customer success team. We'll explain this process to you. Otherwise, anyways, we are just recording this video, and you will find this video on YouTube channel. So please don't worry about this. But these two were very important steps, right? Now, coming on to the next point, it says for each payment, we will notify your team via email. So let's say if your customers places a COD order and they prepay for the order as well, so we'll notify you on your email IDs. So you can add multiple email IDs over here, right? And you can you'll be notified of any payment which has been done for the COD order on these email IDs. Now the third step, over here we have already approved the template and approved the campaign, but over here you'll get an option to approve the template, right? So this is the message that your customers would be getting once they place a COD order. So this is a prepaid nudge that they are going to get. Unfortunately, you won't be able to change this template. If you want to change this template, you can do it from your Facebook Business Manager account, but we do not suggest, right? And if you are making any changes to this template, just make sure that you do not play around with the variables, right? You can play around with the words, you can change the wordings, but I would request you all not to make any changes in the variables. All right, and you won't be able to make any changes or edit the template from Interact. You'll have to do it from Facebook Business Manager account, from your Facebook Business Manager account. Now over here you'll get an option to approve the template. Once you approve the template, Interact will create, once the template is approved, you'll find the templates in the exact same template in the template section, and Interact will also create a campaign for you. So you just have to make the campaign live. That's it. All right, so you'll get an option. You're not getting the option over here because we've already done that, but you'll get an option to approve the template and to set the campaign live. Right now, this is how uh, the template is going to look like. Right, so this is how uh, the template is going to look like. You won't be able to change this template over here. You don't get an option. You can do it from Facebook Business Manager account. I repeat again, right? So this is the template, and we will create a notification for you. So in the notifications, in the ongoing section, because this would be an automated campaign, a campaign gets created for you which says Suri to prepaid nudge Shopify. All right. Now let's say, so basically once your customer will place a COD order, this message will go immediately. Now, if you want to set this message with a delay, you can do that as well. So you just have to pause this particular campaign. You'll create a duplicate campaign. All right. So once you create a duplicate campaign, just make sure to change the name of the campaign and everything. All the settings will just remain the same, but you will have to go to the first step over here. Just make sure instead of immediately, just select with the delay of whatever time you want. Let's say if the customer places an order, you want to send a prepayment nudge after a minute or after an hour or after a day. So you can set this message with a delay. So if your customers would place a COD orders, they'll get a message after with a delay of whatever time you set in here. All right. So I'll set, for example, like 1 minute. So I want this message to go after a minute of the order COD. Right. So everything will just remain the same. You'll have to just make the changes in the first step and then set the campaign live. If you want to set this message with a delay, or if you want to send this message with a delay to your customers. Otherwise, this message will go immediately. Interact will automatically create a campaign for you over here. All right, and this message will go immediately. Now, coming back to the commerce section, to the COD prepaid section. So I've covered all the steps. All right, so you'll have to create a custom application on Shopify. Then you'll have to connect WhatsApp Pay. You have to make sure that you have WhatsApp Pay connected, and then you can offer discounts, set an expiry period, select one of the options, add the email IDs on which you want the notifications of the prepaid orders, and the last is to set the campaign live and set the template live. Right now, let's see how this will work. Right, so I'll just create a sample order over here. Right, so please make no mistake, your customers will be placing order from your website, or if you have connected the catalog from the WhatsApp. We do not have a website, and this is our test account. So I will just place an order from here, and I will show you how this looks like. So I'll select this order, I'll select the customer's information, right, and I'll click on collect payment, mark as paid, and then I'll select COD. So once I'll go for COD and I'll create an order, I get a notification on my WhatsApp. Right, so I will share my WhatsApp screen instead. Right, so this is how I get the message. Now, unfortunately, this web version of WhatsApp somehow is not allowing us to see the entire message, but you'll get the entire message on your WhatsApp. I'll show you. I've taken the screenshots. I'll show you. Right. So once I pay for this order, uh, this is the message what I receive. All right. So it says your payment of INR 10 has been received, and this order is marked as paid actually, which is not visible over here, but I'll show you. I will I've taken the screenshots actually. Uh, Give me a second. Right. So over here, this is the message. Uh, this is how the message is going to look like on your customer's mobile phone. So it says prepay for your order and get 0.99% off. So this is basically 10% that I have set up the discount while setting up COD to prepaid. I've given 10% discount. So it says prepay for your order and get this much off. Hey Siddharth, click on the below. Click on the link below quickly to prepay for your order, COD order, and get this much off. Now, when I click on review and pay, I'll land upon this page where it will give me the breakdown of the pricing. All right. So it says 9.95 and it is giving me 9.95% discount, and the total tax is added. And once I click on continue, so this is how, now this is important. So this is how WhatsApp pay, now WhatsApp pay comes into the picture, right? So over here you get multiple options: Google Pay, Phone Pay, Paytm, or you can also, if your customers have connected their UPI on WhatsApp, they can also pay from WhatsApp, or they can go for the traditional modes, basically through credit cards, debit cards, or net banking option. All right, so these options are also available, right? So I've paid for this via Phone Pay, right? Now, it says order payment completed, right? And this is how the message is going to look like. So basically, this order is marked as paid over here, and I will receive this order complete message, which says your payment of INR 10.755 has been received, right? And if you look the above message, this button has been grayed out. This pay now button has been grayed out. So, I mean, if your customer has paid for the COD order, they won't be able to access this button. And similarly, this also happens if you have set up an expiry time for your payment link. So this is how the button is grayed out, and your customers won't be able to pay for this particular um, order, right? Now, just one thing that I would like to cover. So basically what happens is, if you want to change the confirmation message, so basically this confirmation message is this one. So once you go to integrations, you go to WhatsApp Pay. So this message, all right, so you get an option to change this message as well. I told you that I'll cover this section as well. So so this is this exact same message that I've received after paying for the COD order, right? Just to be very clear with this, right? So you can change this particular message as well if you want to, right? So for that, you'll have to create your own template. I've created one template already, right? New confirmation template. Just give me a second, guys. So I've already created one confirmation template. uh, right, new confirmation template. All right, so if you don't want to go for the generic, so basically you have two options in the integrations. Either you can go for the generic message which WhatsApp Pay offers, or if you want a different configuration message, you can do that. So you have to create a new template. First of all, I've created a sample template which says we have received a payment of INR this. So in place of these variables, we are going to add the amount and the order number. All right. So the first variable would be the customer's information, the customer's name. So this message will be like, "Hey Siddharth, we have received your payment of order INR 10.75 for your order number, and we will notify you once the order is dispatched." So I've created a personalized template. All right, you have two options. Again, I would say you can go for the actual WhatsApp Pay template, or you can create your own notification, right? So you'll have to create a template first of all, and then you will go to the notification section on Interact, click on new campaign, start from the scratch. You'll give the campaign name COD to prepaid confirmation, right? You'll go to the first step, you'll click on ongoing because this has to be the automated campaign. All right. Now you will choose the event. So in the event section, you'll get an option which says COD to prepaid order created. Now, one thing to remember, all right. So you will only get this particular event after you have received one prepay order. All right. So basically, when you'll set this up, this COD to prepaid, obviously you'll be doing testing on your numbers. So just make sure that you complete the entire process. Once you pay for the order, then only this particular event is going to appear, else not. So you have to have one prepay COD order for this particular event to appear, right? So you just have to select the event name, go to the second step, you'll choose the template over here, right? Now here, in place of the first variable, it should be the customer's name. So I'll select name. In the second variable, it would be the amount. So first of all, I will select the event name, which is COD to prepaid order created. This is very important, guys. If you're setting up an ongoing campaign, you have to select the event name first. So you will select COD to prepaid order created, all right? And then I will select uh, new order amount that the customer has paid, right? I will another for the third, I have to map the order number, right? So I'll select COD to prepaid order created, and I'll select the old order number, right? To avoid any confusion. If you want to inform your customers, since I've selected the second option where the order is cancelled and a new order is created, all right. So basically, you can inform your customers over here that we have received the payment of this for your existing order, which was 1004 that has been cancelled, and we have created a new order, and you can map the order numbers in the variables over here. All right. Now, once you have mapped the variables with the order amount and the order number, right, you'll go to the fourth step. Just make sure this stop sending is set as never always. So for the ongoing campaigns, this option has to be never, and then click on set live. That's it. All right. Now, basically, I'll show you how this will appear at the Shopify level. All right. So since, if you remember, I'll just quickly share the screen again and I'll show you. Uh, so in the commerce section, once I go to prepaid, if you remember, I had selected the second option over here, right? So where the existing order will be cancelled and a tag gets added and a new order is created where a new tag is added, which is COD to prepaid, right? I'll show you. So I've paid for the order and I've received the notifications. Now this is how it is going to look like. So the existing order, which is 1004, has been cancelled automatically on Shopify, right? A tag has been added, converted to prepaid. All right. Now, a new order is created where the tag is COD to prepaid, right? So this is how it is going to work. It will cancel the existing order and it will create a new order and it will add a tag in both the cases. Now, let's say if you go for the first option over here, then Interact will not cancel the order. Instead, it will only just add a tag over here. If you go for the third option over here, what Interact will do is Interact will just mark this particular order as paid instead of COD, and it will again add a tag. But since I had selected the second option where the order gets cancelled and a new order is created, so Interact will cancel this order and will create a new order for you and will add a tags over here, right? So this is how the entire process works, right? I think this session was fruitful. Now let's say if you want to find the list of customers who have prepaid for COD order from your Interact account, you can do that as well. All right. So in your Shopify, it is quite easy. You can go to the order section. You can search for the filter option, add a filter. All right. But I mean, you can filter with the tags, right? So you can use tags or tag with, right? Whatever you want. You can search for COD to prepaid and it will give you the list of customers who have prepaid for the order. Now, if you want to check the same thing on Interact, you'll go to the user section, right over here. Once you go to the user section, you'll click on apply audience filter. Click on add filter. Search for COD to prepaid order created on, and click on has any value. So it will give you the list of customers who have actually prepaid for your COD order. I'll click on apply filters, and it should give my name, which is Siddharth Bhatia, and the order number was 1004, right? So this is the same order, 1004, which has been cancelled, and a new order has been created for the same customer, right? So this is how it works. So if you want to check the information on Interact, this is also possible, and you can export this data. All right. Or let's say if you want to, so I mean, right now, I mean, you'll be having a lot of customers who will prepay for the orders. You'll get a list of customers. You can export the data, or you can add a tag, another tag if you want, or you can also send a notification, personalized notification marketing campaign. Let's say if you want to give them more, offer more discounts, or say, or send a particular, if you're running a particular discount or offer for these specific customers, you can send a notification directly from here to these customers.